Well, hello, stamping friends. This is Tracy Rather from Plum Crazy Stamping, and tonight is our monthly Paper Pumpkin Workshop. So, we're going to be working on the April 2024 kit called Delicate Wings, and I can't wait to show you the actual projects that come as a part of that kit. And then I'm going to show you how I used um, the 2/3 of the kit to make additional cards um, and end up with a number of cards more than anticipated. This kit is designed to make 8 cards, and I'm actually going to end up with 16 cards by the time I'm done. So, as you are joining me tonight, this is live on Facebook on my business page, Plum Crazy Stamping, and also on YouTube. So, if you're watching on YouTube, if you'd like to leave comments, let me know who you are, where you're watching from, and any feedback or questions on the projects. You do need to sign into your Google account, and then you'll be able to comment on YouTube. On Facebook, you can just go to the comments section and type in. So once again, I'm very interested to know who you are, where you're watching from, and any comments that you may have. So to get started here, I wanted to give you a glimpse of the new catalog and where you can find Paper Pumpkin so that if you're interested, you're able to take a peek at it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put the camera down to the desktop here. All right. And this is our new catalog. So this just came out last week and it's gorgeous, but just know that it looks very different than it used to. And that's why over the next couple of weeks, I'll be sharing parts of this catalog with you to help you maneuver through it. It's designed to help you by being not only a catalog of products, but a idea book to give you ideas for cards. And it's also a how-to book, which is really awesome. So I'm just going to open this up here. The table of contents really will help you find your way through the catalog. And I'm going to just look at this first section of the catalog called Step-by-Step Crafting. And it's just the first couple pages here. I think this is just gorgeous the way they have this laid out. There's 3 sections of stamping depending upon what kind of stamping you prefer. So this step-by-step is awesome for beginners, for people that like to have projects planned out for them, or like things to take on the go with them. So first in this section is the kits collection, and this kind of morphed from what Paper Pumpkin has always been, but kits are in our online exclusives. We have 2 new kits every month, and they stay available until either we run out or they'll keep replenishing certain kits and you can keep buying them. And then the second way to do, this part of the crafting, step by step is Paper Pumpkin. And you get started with a subscription for $25 a month. You can buy subscriptions for 3 months, 6 months, up to a year. Get a little discount as you buy multiple months at the same time. You get free gifts in here, access to exclusive products that only people that order Paper Pumpkin get, and you get to be a part of the Paper Pumpkin community. So, as I've told you before, this is what my husband buys me every year for Christmas, and I get a new present every month, and I absolutely love it. So, let me show you the kit, and we can go ahead and get started. So, this comes to my mailbox every month. I do get a little heads up that it's on its way, so it's a little exciting. Today, Paper Pumpkin tells you a little snippet about what's going to be included, but you don't exactly know what it's going to look like. So that's the surprise. As I said, this is called Delicate Wings. Inside the box, I just want to show you everything is always inside this box, wrap them in tissue paper just like a gift. We get envelopes that are special types of envelopes that go with the kit if it's a card kit. We also get a stamp set, and they've just recently started releasing this printed, I guess, a picture of all of the images that are part of the stamp set. I really like that because I keep all my stamp sets and use them for a lot of different occasions. So we're going to use just the sentiments today with the kit because I'm using the butterfly die cuts, because also a lot of times die cuts come in this as well. There's also at least one stamping spot, and this month's is basic gray. I saved that for my crop, so I'm going to use my regular pad for that. You get all the adhesive and some extra usually for what you'll need. So I've got mini glue dots, I've got dimensionals, and I've got some tear and tape. And with that, we're going to go ahead and look at, every kit has a set of instructions. They're full color, and they first start out telling you what parts and pieces you're going to need to put together for, in this situation, there's 3 different cards. And then there's a ruler on the side of this if you have ribbon and you have to cut it. And then there's detailed instructions for each of the projects. On the back of this, if you want to check that you have all your supplies, and that's usually what I do when I open this up, and then I separate the different parts and pieces by the projects. It also lets you know what coordinates with this. So you're going to see me adding basic beige today, and then using the Moody Mauve and Lost Lagoon ink in addition to the basic gray. Also, with 3 months of Paper Pumpkin now, they provide one set of dies that you can buy that would be something to step up your projects during this quarter. So last quarter I showed you the dies that I had for Q1. I don't have these at this point. You can also use this QR code to get help if you haven't been able to watch my workshop this month and you're kind of confused as to how to put the project together. But we're going to go ahead and get started on project 1 here. And I'm just going to move things I don't need out of here. Okay, and let's go ahead and, let's see, I have these in the opposite order. All right, so our project 1, all the parts and pieces here. So I'm going to have an envelope for this. I have a card base. It's really wonderful because it's already been scored. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and go ahead and score this. All right. And then it has beautiful gold foil. And on this picture, it shows me large white circles. That means to put dimensionals on it. So I've already put my dimensionals on here. And then before we attach it, this portion, the die cut, and also it's already been embossed with gold, I'm always here for you, has tear and tape on it. So that's been done. Now I'm going to put together this card front first. So I'm just going to use my take your pick tool and get the adhesive off of the tear and tape that I have already put on the front here. And then I'm just going to center it on the gold foil that I have here. And I'm not going to press hard because with the tear and tape, once it gets on there, I want it to be able to stay in place. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take the adhesive off of the dimensionals. So this, for such a stunning card, this is really easy. There is absolutely no stamping in this one because they already did the embossing. Now I am just centering this top to bottom and then making it equal on both sides. And then the really cool thing with this card is this die cut actually pops up. Now you can leave it down or you can pop it up. And Let me show you, it popped up because it is die cut with some little perforations there so that you can pop up the butterfly wings. And of course, when you put it in the envelope, they can go back down. But then when someone opens it, they have this beautiful 3D butterfly card. I'll tell you, Stampin' Up! Has definitely been stepping up the designs on their cards. I just love this. Okay, so that was card 1. And as I said, the set has 3, unless you like to do some, different things with your supplies, which is what I'm going to show you after I'm done with the projects themselves. So here is project 2. That is in here. I'm going to kind of move these up so we have room for everything, okay? And then now this one has some die cut pieces. We've got butterfly die cuts. We have the sentiment piece in here. And our card base, which is already scored. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and use the bone folder to press that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping for this. So I have, let me grab my Pearson mat here, just to give me a cushion because these are photopolymer stamps. And let's see, I need everything will be okay. Is this sentiment? I'm going to get the basic gray ink here. Okay, and just carefully get that on my stamp. I just love the photopolymer ones because you can see that you've inked all parts of it. And then I'm just going to center it on the sentiment label that was provided as one of the die cuts. Okay, we've got that sentiment. Just wash this because I'll be using it in my alternatives. Okay, let me set that out of the way. All right, then the instructions show me where to use tear and tape. And so it's really on the back of all of these images. Let me just show you how tear and tape works in case you're not familiar with it. So it comes on a round piece of cardboard here, kind of like Scotch tape. And if you think about it, that's what it is. So there's adhesive on the bottom. There's a shiny paper covering on the top here. And wherever you want to put it, it really is tear and tape. So I'm just going to press it on this wing of the butterfly, and wherever I'm holding my finger, when I pull up, it just tears and stays in place. I mean, it's wonderful. So I like using that, especially when you are making 3D projects and you want to make sure that they'll stay together. Green glue, the CO Plus rolling adhesive, or tear and tape are our strongest adhesives. All right, so let me go ahead and since you press this down to make sure you're going to get a good adhesion to your project, the Take Your Pick tool is a wonderful tool to get this adhesive covering off. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of the corner of it to pull that off. So this little tool works awesome. So I'm just peeling that adhesive back. And there we've got our die cut for the front of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here where the instructions have directed that. And it's just lining it up here on the corners. And then pressing that in place. Now, one of the things that you could do with this is not put the tear and tape on the side that goes across the front, because you could make a bookmark. You could use this as a gift card holder, you know, put another flap over here and hide the gift card. So that's an opportunity, and one I didn't do with this card kit this time, but I wanted to make you aware of it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some tear and tape on the back of my sentiments since it's done. It's stamped. I didn't want to put it on before I stamped it because I didn't want to see a ridge in my stamping, because there would be this little bump on the back. So let me just pull that off. And I'm just going to put this up on the top here. All right, and then the 3 butterflies. So I'm going to arrange those, and I'm going to take all of the tear and tape off these 3 images. Okay, so let's do the center butterfly. I'm just going to lay it here very gently so that I can get this top butterfly where it needs to go first. And that's going to be resting right on this edge. Okay. And then I'm going to bend this just a little and then go ahead and secure this down kind of in the center. Okay, and then we're going to go to the one on the bottom here and put that in place. So how simple was that? I love the foil that they've provided here as a part of this set. All right, so that's card 2. Let's go ahead and look at project 3. And here's where the Lost Lagoon comes in. This is just a gorgeous color. All right. So we're going to have, I'm going to leave that envelope away from there so you see more of the card. All right. And we're going to do our stamping on this one first as well. Now this one is called Surrounding You with Love. That is the sentiment on this one. So let's go ahead and just ink up the stamp. All right, and once again, I'll center this right on that label so I can see Ellen. Hello, Kathy and Betty. Nice to see you all. All right, we've got our Surrounding You with Love. All right, let's go ahead and just have our parts and pieces here. Kind of set them off to the side. So another card base just needs to have the bone folder on here. And then we're going to actually, oh, I forgot. I'm going to actually stamp a butterfly on here. I do need this one after all. So let me just grab this butterfly image and grab a block. And we'll get this inked up. I don't have this one conditioned yet. Sometimes, especially with photopolymer, you want to wash it off first and dry it. And I might want to stamp off to make sure I'll get a good image with it. There, that's going well. The washing seems to have done it. All right, so I am just going to stamp, whoops, this one right down here. All righty. There, now we have our parts and pieces ready. Set that off to the side. All right, so then it is because I had to stamp on this, I don't have my dimensionals behind it, so I'm going to just go ahead and add those quickly. So, and today and this week is a special week, so I want to do a shout out to my fellow nurse colleagues and wish you a happy Nurses Day and a happy Nurses Week. And thank you for all you do. It's a great day today. So you may or may not know that I'm a nurse, and I've been a nurse for almost 40 years. And so this is like my second career. But I've done this the whole time for scheduled fun while I was practicing nursing and I was in healthcare administration. So a lot of appreciation for nurses. And also tomorrow, I understand, is Teacher Appreciation Day. So also want to say thank you and a shout out to all the teachers that are part of the Plum Crazy Stamping community. Nothing like back-to-back great days and good celebrations, right? Okay, we've got that. And get the dimensionals on my sentiment here as well. Okay, and so I'm just going to center that right here. And then, now this time, the instructions were to use the mini glue dots on these butterflies. So I am going ahead, let's see, why, there we go. To get these butterflies in place. So I'm going to just get these off of here with the Take Your Pick tool too. These are even a little harder to pop off without the Take Your Pick tool. So we'll do that. So I'm curious, are any of you nurses or teachers? And while you were, or if you are still doing nursing and teaching, how do you find time to do your stamping, scrapbooking, paper crafting projects? I think that that is a challenge for all of us, working or not working. So I'm interested in what your strategy is to make time for yourself to enjoy this great hobby. I know that for years I have had to go to scheduled stamp camps where I'm not here doing the laundry and other things and just away with a bunch of friends that really inspire me and give me ideas. How about you? I don't think that I can zoom in, Kathy. I'm sorry, I would have to explore that, and I know that I've done it before, and I get so close then you can't see. So you might be able to open your Facebook viewing a little bit bigger. Let's see. All right, we're going to just put the butterflies in place here. Okay. And you can kind of follow where they suggest that you do it, or you can just, you know, do whatever you want. All right, but there we go with the second card. Yeah, Betty, retiring doesn't necessarily give you more time, right? I love it. Okay, well, that's our third card. I'm sorry. Now we're going to go ahead and you do the alternatives and share some ideas that you can use with this kit or even with your own supplies. So the first one is, let me just get this out of here, kind of put them all together. And I'm going to show you how I separated this to get more out of my supplies. So I have shared with you before when the card front and back are the same, I will cut them in half to be able to get more cards out of it, and then I just add plain cardstock. So in this case, I am going to make 3 cards out of what is just meant to be for, let's see, this is 2 cards, okay? So let me get my card trimmer out here so I can trim down first the butterfly sheet here. And I'm just going to trim this right at the 4 1/4. Oh, no, wait, I want to trim it at 4 inches. 4 inches because I do want to make a frame with the basic beige. So 4 inches on this one. And then I'm going to go 4 inches on this side. Okay, now I could have trimmed this all at the same time to 5 1/4, but I'll just do that, each of these taking a 1/4 inch off. Okay, because I'm making 2 different card fronts here. Oh, and I know I can see that you can't see that. The measurement for 5 1/4 does not show well on here. Can you see it now? 5 1/4. Okay, so now I've got 2 of my usual card front sizes. All right, now I'm going to cut this one in half. Actually, I'm going to cut it first at 4 inches, sorry, because I'm going to want this to match up as a pocket on the front. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is actually cut this so that I have, oh, I got to do the 5 1/4 thing too. And sometimes, you guys, this is how it goes. I figure this out and I just keep going until it works. All right, so now that I have this 5 1/4, I'm going to go ahead and leave a part that's about 1 inch and about 1 inch on this side, and then I'm going to cut it across, okay, so that I have 2 pieces that are basically going to match. So let's see, I want 1 inch, so I'm hitting the top of my card front on 1 inch, the 1 inch line here, and then I want it to be on the 1 inch line here. No, it's got to be this way, 1 inch and 1 inch this way. 1 inch and 1 inch, there we go. And then I'm just going to hold this in place, and it took me a minute, but to figure out that I can hold this side, press it down, and then cut it so that I literally get my 2 pieces that match, okay? So I was just lining up each corner at 1 inch until I got it going the right way across the center. All right, let's set this one aside for right now. And let's go ahead and make these 2 matching. All right, where'd the bone folder go? There it is. So I'm taking the basic beige. If you haven't seen that, this is our new basic color that came out with the new catalog. And if you were a Sahara Sand fan, this is very close to Sahara Sand. And I really like it, you know, with this kit, but I've used it on other things already as well. So very nice. All right, now I'm going to take the butterflies and just center them. So I'm going to do this like I would do a regular card front, and I've already got it cut at the 4 by 5 1/4. Do the same to this other card. So besides the card bases, I think I didn't use any other paper crafting supplies. It was just the card bases. So, and being able to multiply the number of cards here and really have them look pretty much the same. Glue on the finger here. Was really nice without adding a lot of other things. Now you can add things. You could add ribbons and embellishments and all of that, but it's not necessary to make some great looking cards. So I'm just using this as my half of the card front look. Okay, and we'll just put this one on too. So I really just used the idea that was already there. Hi, Cherry Lane. This is such beautiful paper. I totally agree. Hi, Betty. You are retired. Wow. Kathy, I just read your note there. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. And I've got different butterflies here. Okay, let's go ahead and do the everything will be okay. And let's use some of the Moody Mauve just to make it look interesting. And let's do the everything will be okay. Here we go. And I'm going to just use the Pierce Math. A lot of times sentiments will be okay. It's when you have solid images, you know, that you may really have a problem with photopolymer if you don't use the Pierce Matte. The other thing is, I just want to show you, see the ink on there? Always have to check that, especially when you have a skinny sentiment, because you don't want to leave that mark on your card or on your sentiment label. There, I hit it again. That one corner always gets me. Okay. So now we can go ahead and put this together. And this time I'm going to be putting them down on the bottom rather than the top. And just going to put a number of dimensionals on the back of all my butterflies. I was looking at all my stamps with butterflies when I was putting together another different project I was doing. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of butterfly stamps. And now I even have a few more. And you know what? It's interesting. They're all different, but there's so many different kinds. And then I have butterfly dies, butterfly punches. Would you say that that is something that you have a lot of in your supplies? Just curious if you like butterflies as much as I do. And the thing is, this is a perfect time of year to get some of those butterfly stamp sets or punches out and put on our cards. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a class called Spring Things, and that always brings butterflies to mind for me too. And then we have those really beautiful gold brushed butterfly embellishments too. I really, really like those. So I am going to be needing to get some of those in my Monday mail. I have to tell you, I kind of fell behind on my Monday mail, and I made up for it last week. I sent out 22 cards, and this week I'm going to send out a bunch, but not 22. So how about you? I like the spots for the sentiment stamps. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Geraldine. All right, we've got this one on here. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Let's see which one. I'm going to use this gray one on here with the big butterfly. Okay. And Kathy, you said you're going to ask about the paper. I don't know what you were going to ask about the paper. All right, that's that one. Oh, I need to pop up the label too here. You could glue the sentiment label down if you want to. I guess I'm going to make this all 3D. Oh, you were going to ask about the color just as I told you. Basic beige. There we go. And the basic gray is the background color of the foiled butterfly paper. Basic gray. Okay, let's go ahead and get this other one down. These colors are really pretty together. And they had, it must have been at least an extra set of butterfly die cuts in here because, as I said, I'm making extra cards and I had enough to, you know, kind of share with these alternative cards. Still had butterfly die cuts, and that was really nice. Okay. So we've got another 2 cards out of what would have been 1 card. All right, we'll kind of just set those aside. Let's go on to another one here. So this has the blue behind it and I have more cards here. So let's just set this off to the side and I'm going to trim this. at 5. I'm going to do the same thing here, making them 4. Well, let me go ahead and cut the long way the first time. So I do it just once. 5 1/4. Oh no, wait, I'm going to leave one of these full size. So let me not do that. So I'm going to cut this one right on the line so that one of the cards I make, this will be the whole front. So I've got that. That will be one I'm just going to set aside for a minute. And now this one, I am going to do the 4-inch cut. By 5 1/4. Okay, so we've got that front for that card. And put this down for a second. All right, and grab one of the basic beige. So, I looked at all the colors and I could have done, I could be being a little more colorful with the Lost Lagoon and Moody Mauve. But I really liked these because the sentiments in here are kind of like, thinking of you and all of that. I like the softness of basic beige. Okay, so we've got this. Let's go ahead and just put some glue on the back here. Okay. So then for the sentiment on this one, I am just going to take a scrap that I have. So it's 4 inches by, how wide did I make it? 1 1/4 inches. And I'm going to do the sending loving thoughts your way. And this one I am going to do in the Lost Lagoon to match the background here. So let's get our Pierce mat out here. Now this is the easy way to make a sentiment label. The 1 1/4 inch really works for a lot of the sentiments that we have. And then just make it the 4 inches across. And so this is worthy of saving your scraps for this one because you can just match it with whatever, the card base is. So we have that. And then you can decide if you want to glue it down solid or pop it up. I'm going to glue this one flat because I'm going to pop up a butterfly on it. So we'll just do a little glue here. And you can decide if you want it on the top, if you want it in the middle, if you want it towards the bottom. I'm going to go like 2/3 about being down. And then I'm going to grab one of these butterflies and just put some dimensionals on that. So there we have another card. Instead of having a colored back, I've got another card. All right, let's go ahead and make another one. So I'm going to go and so what I really am doing here is, well, there's kind of a separation of different things that I'm mixing different colors. So I'm not going to try to share that with you. I'm just going to keep going here. Okay, so this one, I'm going to make without putting the butterfly behind it. I'm just going to make this a little bit, you know, more, what would you call it, tone on tone here. So I'm going to do the dimensionals on here. I'm just not putting a layer, I guess is the best way to say it. I'm just going to use the one metallic, you know, specialty papers, right? We have specialty papers versus designer series paper. Let me go ahead and get my tear and tape and do this on the bottom of the butterfly. Oop, used up that one. I have extra leftovers from my other paper pumpkin kits that a lot of times I don't even have to use the roll I bought from Stampin' Up, or I use these up first and then I use the other one. All right, so we've got this. Let's go ahead and get this off of here. Once again, I'm just going to center this on the gold foil and then go ahead and take my dimensionals off here. You must have about 100 butterflies. Oh, Kathy, that's funny. You know, in honor of the butterflies and this kit, if you have any special cards that you make with butterflies, I would love to see them, and you could put them on this post in a comment and share it with everyone for some ideas. I don't know about you, but I can always use more ideas. And since so many of us have butterfly sets, that would be a great thing to share with one another. Just once again, going around the perforated part of this butterfly. And once again, if you don't want to do this, you can leave it flat by not, you know, pulling up from the perforated part. There we go. All right, so we've got another card. This one just has the plain background that matches around the butterfly. Okay, let's go ahead and take this other half. And now this one, I'm going to make the whole card front. So I just cut it in half. So this actually measures 5.5 by 4.25. And this one I didn't cut very straight. All right, so I'm trying to straighten it out just a little bit here. Sometimes if I hold it together and push my finger down, I can get it to come back to center. So we'll see. All right, and then I'm going to glue this right to the front. What I have to tell you is I was so surprised how quick these alternative cards came together and the project cards were to make. That I really had it done much more quickly than usually when I'm playing with my paper pumpkins. So I think it's because there's so much in this kit between the wonderful die cuts, you know, the card front with the butterfly and these beautiful backgrounds, that it made it really, really easy to do something unique. All right, this time I'm going to do a landscape card just for a little something different. And we're going to go ahead and stamp on here. And I'll tell you what, so I'm going to get the basic gray back here. And we'll do that butterfly again. And I have to do the sentiment as well. So And we don't want to put the paper in the ink pad. All right, here we go. Let's get our butterfly. Okay, and let's get our, let's see, surrounding you with love. I just want to remind you, if family or friends are asking you what you want for Mother's Day, I can create a gift certificate of any amount for you to get your hands on some Stampin' Up! Stuff. So you can always reach out to me at Tracy, TRECI, at plumcrazystamping.com. And I would be happy to get that delivered to you either via email or in the mail, however your family would like to get that to you. So let me know if that's on your wish list. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just center this. All right. Got a couple more butterflies here to put around this. Since I have all my stamping stuff, my son asked me what I wanted, and believe it or not, he's going to buy me a golf outfit. I'm trying to get outside a little more, have a little fun this summer, so I'm going to join a golf league once a week, and I need something with a collar and a skirt. So that's on my agenda next Saturday, and then he's taking me to lunch. I thought that was such a nice invitation, and he is 24 and just a sweet boy. So anyway, that is on my dance card, and I'm very, very excited. And then we'll see when I go to the golf league if I can stay on the fairway and not end up in the rough with the mosquitoes, right? It is cool having a date with my son. You know what? I'm really spoiled. He loves to do that. He's a talker, and we go and have the greatest mom and son conversations. So I can't wait. So I think the thing that takes the most time with all of this is getting the butterflies, get the dimensionals on the back of the butterflies. Let's see here. We need one right here. And we need one up in that corner. All right, and so now what I'm going to do is actually this I'm going to pop up on this card just to make this whole part pop with all of my butterflies. Any one of these cards I would love to find in my mailbox. Oh, I guess I went a little overboard there. I better just add one more so it's even. Okay. All right. Make sure the card opens the right way. And then I'm going to just go ahead and center that on my card front. And we've got another one. All right. I think I'm down to the last card here. And this one I do need to trim just a little bit to make this all fit. So let me go ahead and trim this at the 4. And then 5 1/4. All right. Now this one I'm not going to make a sentiment label. I am actually going to do it right on the card itself, but I'll tell you what, I am going to do it on here. This time I'm going to use the Moody Mauve. And we'll do the Surrounding You with Love again. Let's see here. Just got to wash the basic gray off of here. Okay. I really like that we have Moody Mauve. I don't know about you, but I was a big fan of Baroque Burgundy. And this always reminds me of that. So I'm very happy to have this back in the collection. There we go, Surrounding You with Love. And I'm going to layer this. So this was an extra piece that was in here. So easy, you know, how many times do you end up with a small piece of cardstock you could cut into a triangle like this? I like how it goes across the card. And it gives you quite a few opportunities to do focal image differently as well. So might be just something to think about when you're trying to figure out what to do with those scraps. All right, and then we're going to just put some dimensionals on this one. Our dimensionals are getting a workout tonight. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that kind of a little bit at an angle. And there we go with another card. And then we can look at how many I got out of the total kit, because I've got them all literally right here. So let's just look at all the alternatives here that we did. Maybe if I leave them up here, I'll be able to get them all on this desktop. So we've got these. I'll go down here. We've got these really pretty envelopes. Let's see, we want you to be able to still see this one. And let's get this one in here. And then here's the other ones I made as I was getting ready for tonight. All right, so what was the total here? We've got 5, 10, 14. All right. 14. All right. I thought it was 16. My husband calls that tracing math. So sorry, 14 cards instead of 8. But I hope that you like that. I'm looking, are you have any questions? I'm glad you like the alternatives. Hi, Donna. Kathy, 14 strokes to the first hole. My problem is 14 tries to get it in the cup because I hit it too hard on the green. But anyway, so glad. I'll have to let you guys know once I get going how that is. So let me put this, well, trying to switch the screen for you and it doesn't want to do it. So I guess we'll just leave it where at least you can see my face and this. And the last thing I just want to share with you is the free Stamp It tutorial that I'm doing for a $50 purchase. And it's for Latte Love. And this is a very thick tutorial. These are really cool cards. And if not this designer series paper and stamp set, you can use these designs for any others that you might have. And so with a $50 purchase of product, I will send this free to you in the mail. And also, since the new catalog is out, if you don't have one and you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a catalog, please email me at Tracy, Traci, at plumcrazystamping.com. And as I said, you can still sign up for the class that's tomorrow night, Spring Things. And I'm going to be featuring ribbons and pop-ups on card fronts. And I'm using the painted lavender stamp set. So if you have that, you might want to tune in to see ways to use that set, or you could use any set with the designs that I'm going to share. So with all that said, thank you again for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw today. If there's someone you think can benefit from the videos, please share this with your family and friends. And I will look forward to seeing you, if not in class tomorrow, seeing you Wednesday for Facebook Live at 1 o'clock. Thanks a lot and have a great day and happy stamping. Bye-bye. And it doesn't want us to end today. Oh my. It says the page isn't responding. Patricia, I'm glad you liked the alternative cards. And Betty, thanks. I'm going to keep trying to end this, you guys, and it doesn't want to go anywhere. We'll see how many different ways I can look at you and try to figure this out. Oh my goodness. All right. I am going to try to go out and come back in, so I will not feel bad if you leave. But I am, oh boy, there we go. Internet problem. Thank God it wasn't till the end. My goodness. Hello. So if you are still here, I'm sorry that the connection was lost, but I'm ending the stream now. Take care. Bye-bye.